Do you want to learn how to teach English online? Perfect. In this episode, I'm going to go over requirements to get started, tips on how to do it correctly, and things to avoid. Hi, I'm Joel, and at 6 to 12, I hope to inspire you to travel more, work anywhere, and enjoy life. Who qualifies as an online teacher? Really anybody. As long as you're a native speaker, anybody can teach, from Spanish to teaching German. In this episode, I'm going to focus on teaching English to Chinese students because that's specifically what I do. Where to get started, how to find work. Guys, it's really easy. Just go to Google and type in English teaching or online teaching, and dozens of companies will pop up. Now, a lot of those are the recruiting companies under the American name, and you'll actually be working for another larger school that is located in China under a different Chinese name, but they link together. Do you have to worry about scams? Well, you know, there are a lot of online scams out there, but I don't believe that teaching is one of them, and let me explain why. The way that online teaching goes is a company will create a profile for you or for them. They will find students and give those students to you. You then teach them, and everybody makes money together. The reason this is they charge them X amount of dollars, and then they pay you a little bit less than that, and they keep the little bit off the top. They spend money on marketing, they make some money for having this company and hustling and finding the students. But if they lose you, they stop making that monthly income, that money that they've already spent on marketing and finding students and putting them together with you. So they actually want you to succeed, because the longer you teach for them, the more money they make as well. It doesn't make sense to scam you. So don't worry too much about that. What requirements do you need to get started? There's a lot of different online teaching possibilities and options. There's hundreds of companies in China alone, and they pay anywhere from $9 to like $25, $30 an hour. It depends on a couple things. One, it depends on your credentials, experience, and everything that you have that qualifies you as a teacher. The second one is how much you want to put up with and what kind of a company do you really want to work for. We'll get into that in a little bit. First, let's get started with the basic requirements. One, be a native speaker. Two, have a working laptop with a webcam. Three, have a great personality and be willing to talk. They're paying top dollar to study with you because you're a native speaker. They want that accent. So the more oral English you can work with them, the better. Now, some of those higher end companies require you to have things like a bachelor's degree, experience, TOEFL teaching certificates, and different things like that. I'll add all of these resources you can get for teaching certificates in the description below. My biggest tip, guys, is don't wait. Get started now and move up later, especially if you're planning to do this as a vessel to allow you to travel. Start working for one of those companies that only pays $9 or $10 an hour at the beginning. As you gain experience, as you gain qualifications, then you can go and change to another company that pays you higher money and keep moving up the ladder that way. Also, if you are living in a developing country while you're doing this, $10 an hour is a lot of money. So you really don't need more than that to have a really good life in a place like this. And how to succeed as an English teacher. So here's my tips. First off, care about your students. Be genuine. Show them your personality. The better relationship you have with your students, the more successful you'll be, because you're going to create loyal and faithful students that love you for your teaching style and not just what they're learning. Use as many resources as you have at your disposal. If you've got playing cards, I love having a whiteboard where I can draw on it so that they get a visual along with the spoken. You know, the more interactive you are with them, the better. Be high energy. Be over dramatic. Use those facial expressions. Kids love it. Actually, all students love it. So over dramatic and pronounce correctly. You know, you really want to make sure you're opening your mouth, you're saying the words the right way. Try to avoid using slang unless that's what they want to learn. And most important tip to be successful is be responsible. All right, if you're working for a lot of these lower end companies, you have a lot of freedom. You're more of a contractor, meaning you can cancel, you can move your schedule around, you can reschedule classes. It's very easy to do which makes it easy to become a habit, which means you're not making money. So try and be responsible, always attend your classes, only cancel if you're taking a vacation in a scheduled trip or if you have an emergency. Also guys, be organized. Being a contractor or a teacher working from home, you're kind of working for yourself. You don't have somebody looking over your shoulder. So have Excel spreadsheets with the students' information, age, level, book they're using. Have an Excel spreadsheet that is dedicated for 1 week scheduling, and have a new one for each week so that you have backlog and records of everything you've taught, so that there's never any confusion with getting paid at the end. Now let's talk about some of those downsides about online teaching. The first one is it's a very slow start. So it took me 2 or 3 months before I even had more than 20 hours a week. So don't expect to sign up, get a job, and be working full time. You get one student, each student takes up about a 28-minute slot. So it takes about 30 students studying twice a week to even get up to 30 classes, and you only get one student every few days. So don't expect to start quickly. All right. Another downside, like I said, it's easy to cancel, which makes it easy to not make money. Make sure you don't cancel those classes. Along with the slow start, something that I found that helped me is I work for more than one company. So I'm able to get more hours through multiple companies instead of just sticking with one. When you're traveling, especially if you want to keep working while you're taking a break or a vacation, you got to stay in a hotel instead of a hostel. And hostels are a lot cheaper. You get to make really good friends and relationships with the people that are like-minded that are staying in those hostels. A hotel's a little bit more expensive, but you get that privacy so you're able to teach your class in a quiet environment, which is really important to be successful. When traveling, you got to stay in a hotel, not a hostel. And lastly, guys, if you're looking at teaching, it doesn't pay as much as physical teaching at a school. There's a lot of countries out here where you can work at a school and make more money. The reason I like online teaching more is because it gives me the freedom to cancel my classes, take vacations when I want, and have days like this where I just spend the day filming and later this evening I got to go teach. So I have a lot more freedom. But if you want to learn about online or actually teaching in schools, I have done that a little bit too, and I'll be talking about that in future episodes. But next episode, make sure you guys watch. I'm going to be talking about long-term travel and really living in developing countries and how it's not for everybody. I love it and it's great, but it's not for everybody. So I'll definitely be launching that video pretty soon. Guys, my name is Joel at 6 to 12. I hope to inspire you to travel more, work anywhere, and enjoy life. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Have an Excel. Have a schedule set up versus an employee. We got some work going on in the back.